Alright, welcome back. We're back in the Minecraft, and you can see as doing a little bit of decorating. I did a little bit of pixel art, because it's been way too long since I've done any pixel art in the world. I think the last time I did any was I think it's like over 2 years ago now, was the last time I actually touched pixel art. I know I haven't done any for like any of the stuff I recorded. So, yeah. But anyway, I also decided to open up a bunch of the amethyst geodes around the base. Kind of make it look a little bit more like a mine-ish. I'm going to be doing some more decorating. Probably actually this episode I'm going to be doing decoration. But yeah, I just kind of opened up some of those amethyst geodes. And we have here a flower farm. I found a spot where there's two different biomes. So we have like, let's say this is forest and swamp. So we end up with two different flower types. Unfortunately, with the swamp, it's just the one. It's just the blue orchids. Oh yeah, and I found some snow. I managed to dig a path really far south. I don't know if it's gonna show up. Or if I have to go. Yeah, it was like all the way down here. I went thousands and thousands and thousands of blocks, and I finally managed to find some snow, and I managed to pick up some for a snow golem because I needed it for one of the farms that I built. And over here in the Nether, I'm not totally jazzed about the design that I came up with. Not really came up with just something I slapped together. It's just like a bunch of white concrete and just some copper bulbs, stone brick slabs, and soul soil underneath. I know I could probably make it like super fast by putting it maybe in the overworld and doing like the Dolphin's Grace, Soul Speed, Depth Strider thing, but access to dolphins is basically non existent for me, so this is probably the next best thing. And so that leaves us with the Shulker Farm, and this is I think the updated version of, I want to say it's ending credits and like Dark something. Like it's their farm. It's just a one that happens to work with 1.21.5 because the old version ended up borking, I think a couple of updates ago. And we're back at the base, and let's get started with what we're going to be building. Over here, I've kind of hollowed out an area for bulk storage. And this is just going to be bulk storage for stuff for trading, so it's not going to be very big. It's going to be like big, but not like huge, I guess. It's just going to be like in this area here. I don't think I'll need more than 9. So I've really only hollowed out 9. I brought enough materials to make 16, but I was just kind of sorting through like what I can bulk store, and it's really just these 9 things. So let's get to it. Need some building blocks and dispensers, buttons, hoppers, chests. Okay, that ought to be good for the initial stuff. I'm just gonna start putting it down and I'll kind of explain it as I go. Alright, so initially we're gonna throw down just some buttons, and these are gonna be for a set of dispensers to dispense out a shulker box. And that's in case we just need to grab, like, we don't need to grab the whole shulker box, just kind of like what's inside of a shulker. There we go. And then bulk storage is going to go in chests here. And, oop. That is one too many. Yeah, There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. Okay. One too many. But I can continue expanding this, like, out to, like, right here if I need more room. Some hoppers. Eventually, I'm gonna have to, like, kind of open up a picture because I'm just not gonna remember what goes where. I think it's barrels on top of these hoppers, right? Yeah, barrels here. Oop. Gimme. Yeah, and then hoppers go in there. If I'm remembering correctly, it's let me just grab everything. I got enough room in my inventory. There we go. If I remember correctly, it is comparators on top of here. Right? No. Right? Wait. Yeah, it was comparators on top of here. I got this. Got it backwards in my head. Goes there, and then building blocks on top of here. And redstone. Let me throw a torch there. There we go. Okay. And give me, yeah. Give me those. Go. And on top of here, it's redstone dust. And we're just making a simple shulker loader circuit. I can't remember who developed the original circuit. I'll have to look up on the wiki. It's on the wiki. You can find the circuit there. Yeah. See if I can do this right from here. Dispenser. There we go. We need an upward facing dispenser here, and this is where the shulker box is gonna come out. There we go. And then we need a dropper that feeds into that. Unfortunately, it's kind of a pain. Dropper. But it's gotta feed like... Hold on. Let me get some temp blocks. Give me just some stone. That's fine. Okay. Dropper here because they're cheaper. I think you can also use a dispenser here, but I don't remember. Oop. Oh. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's sending the pulse down into the dropper. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright, and above that, it's that way. No, other way. I thought I cleared up enough space, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, because that's got to power some pistons. Okay. Hoppers. Yeah. There we go. And that's just a hopper line to feed shulkers, so it doesn't actually need anything in here. Like it doesn't actually need to like go anywhere. Ooh. Come on. There we go. That's just to turn off hopper collection. Nothing nothing super important there. And we need sticky pistons in this spot. Let's see if I can get those lined up right. There we go. And and there we go. And we can load shulkers in there, and that'll load them all up in here. Okay. Okay, so that's the back of the shulker loader done. I need... I'll have to put these in here temporarily. And I can cut these out. Oop. And then it's 3 more hoppers on top of that. Going straight down. I could probably replace some of those with barrels, but I mean, whatever. And then on top of here is a repeater in this direction. This is just a backwards built impulse item sorter. And the reason we're building it backwards is because it's real easy to pull a signal off of the back of it when... I need more bricks. Okay, hold on. Give me like 2 stacks. It's real easy to pull a signal off the back of this for when it's being loaded, or for when a shulker is being loaded. There we go. And then redstone lamp goes here. And that'll just be our visual indicator that the shulker is being loaded. And then on top of that, we need these. Yep. All right, and then a comparator. And standard just redstone dust all on top. Okay. sure I get them lined up correctly. There. Yeah, okay. And oh, I don't have enough pots. Forgot about that. Okay. And this is going to be overflow right here. And I need 2 more pots. I'll come back and get those later. Okay. We have to pick up... Nope. We have to pick up this redstone signal. It's a real interesting but kind of simple machine. And I like building them for bulk storage because it's real easy. It does use quite a few spare shulkers. That's the only thing I kind of don't like about it, is that you have a lot of shulkers getting used up, just sitting in hoppers. I could turn it into like a minecart track maybe, and use a few less, but I don't know. Anyway, let me get those filters loaded up. I forgot to get my my hopper lockers. Okay, got my hopper lockers. Time to load them up. And I did switch out from, I think it was cobbled deep slate or whatever, to my usual red stained glass. I just like the way it looks, so keep 1. Okay, double check everything. Okay. And actually, yeah, I gotta get a... Give me another hopper and double chest. And after this, I gotta go make up an absolute ton of shulker boxes. Oh, I need to make so many. Okay. Okay. There we go. And then pick you out. And then I need to pick out anything that's made its way into a dispenser. And then I need to check the loading area as well. Okay. So another place that you should check is these hoppers as well. Oh, get down there. There we go. These ones. Oop. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You should make sure it's just the items waiting to get loaded in the shulker box. Okay, yeah, it looks like nothing stray got in there. Okay. And anything stray, get in these droppers. No. Okay, how about the dispensers? Okay, that looks clear. And now let me go make up an absolute ton of shulkers. Oh, this is going to take a while. Alright, we got the shulkers all loaded up. I got 2 empty spots, it's whatever. And yeah, I had a full shulker box plus. So that was just a bunch of shulkers used in that, but yeah. Now we need to actually go and prime the system. Totally forgot about that. You can go there, you can go there, give me those buttons. And you don't really need to keep the buttons down in here, but I think I'm going to. Yeah. And it's really, you only need to do this like 1 time unless you get some weird like backup. And you just hit each one twice. There we go. And now this will start filling up. Okay, yeah, nothing's going through the filter, so it's not going to light up. But yeah, these shulker boxes are now getting filled. Yeah, I'd say 22 sugarcane in that one, 22 potatoes, 22 carrots. And now it's time to load all this up so that I can start sorting while I'm doing the decoration. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so that's starting to load. That's loading up melons. So yeah, let me throw some of these in there, and maybe like a stone and an andesite. Put you in there. And on top of here, oh man, I'm gonna need scaffolding. Stone. Ooh. Go. This item. Brick. And then after that, it's there. There we go. And actually, I'm going to knock this line out. This is where I'm going to decorate stuff. This is where we're going to add, like, the item frames. There we go. And these should be... This one, 4 loose items. 1, 2, 3. No, 3 loose items. No, 4. There. Okay. There we go. There, 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 then glass. Right. What was? Yeah, glass. Okay. Alright, and then I just gotta fill all this in, but I'm gonna wait until everything's loaded and I make sure it's all working before I bother filling it in. I also need 2 more of those decorative pots. Just want to make sure everything's working before I start, shoving stuff. Shoving blocks in there and blocking it all up. Alright, got it all built and blocked up. I got some ladders in here just in case I need to get inside later. But, well, scaffolding. And yeah, for now it's just set to hand load. Eventually I'll be doing something different with this, but don't worry about it. And yeah, so basically like that's how it works. It'll store these in shulker boxes and you can hit that button if you need to pull something out, or you can stuff it back in. And yeah, eventually I will automate storage, but that's in a little while. Now let's get to a little bit of decorating. Gonna do a little bit of decorating of the base. And over here in this chest, I've got just some ore, like leftover ore and whatnot. What I was going to do is I was going to kind of find some of these pillars and add ore to them in areas where it's like, okay, if I take this ore, it's going to like destabilize the pillar or whatever. Kind of make it look like that. I think I'll do some redstone here. Go. Maybe a little bit of, I don't know, maybe some iron on the other side. Yeah, I think a little bit of iron. There we go. Yeah. Okay, and while we let that sit for a little while, I'm going to move on to another piece of decoration. This is going to be a little art piece that's going on the floor, but I'm going to have to reference an image, so this is going to be a time lapse, so enjoy. And there we go. I finished the kind of floor engraving that you get in Dwarf Fortress. So if you ever played Dwarf Fortress, this is kind of the engraving that you get. It's a little bit more detailed, but I was only working with like 6 blocks. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's about all the decoration I want to catch up with today. Let me go look at the board real quick. Let me catch up on the board. Over here, you can see we got moss and bone meal farm that I added there. I don't know if I really want it, but it's definitely on the list. And yeah, here, this is a list of all the stuff I still need from wandering traders. I've been kind of AFKing up there when I'm not doing anything else and just kind of listening for it. And yeah, I still need spruce sapling, dark oak sapling, kelp, maybe some packed ice. I don't know if I'll ever get enough of it for what I need. Ooh. I might be able to find like maybe an ice biome or like a mountain somewhere to the south, maybe. But anyway, I do need I do need quite a bit of ice, but I don't know if I'll have enough for packed ice. I need a couple buckets of powder snow, some turtle eggs, cactus, coral, and sea pickle. And yeah, that's kind of all the stuff that I can get from the wandering trader that I kind of want. But yeah, I think that'll be about it. Look at it now with night vision. It's coming along. Decoration is just going to be a thing I pick up periodically. You know, maybe every like 5 or so episodes, I'll come up with a couple of decorations and do them. And it'll be a kind of a constant work in progress. I imagine this base is going to get completely refinished many times over. Man, I really should have taken screenshots when I first got in here. I got in the free cam mod and just kind of like buried myself in a wall and taken a bunch of screenshots from like certain positions. But anyway, yeah, I think that'll be about it. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.